welcome back. Today I'm super excited to share with you guys the palette tag. I'm excited about this because I love tags and they kind of fell off the wayside and I feel like they're making a comeback and I'm here for that. I'm so excited. Let's do this. Let's get more of them, guys. I think it's so much fun to see people respond to the same questionnaire and have so many different perspectives and collections and ideas, and that's why I love tags, because they're so much fun. Everyone has the same prompts, but you have so many responses, and that's what gives me the joy. So quick disclaimer, my palette collection is not the newest, it's not the most exciting. A couple years ago I really sat down and looked at how much makeup I had and kind of did an intervention with myself and was like, I need to stop. There's no reason for me to have every new shiny pretty packaging. I don't need to keep up with that life because I'm A, going broke, and B, never gonna finish these things. So a lot of my palettes are older. I'm not saying they're all super old, but yeah, none of them are super new either. I just have kept my spending to a minimum. So just wanted to throw that out there because I know a lot of people are gonna have all these newer, more fancy or whatever collections, and this is genuinely what I own and what I love. So let's get into it. Alright, let's go in with the newest. So I did purchase some things during the recent Sephora VIB sale because I had a gift card and the discounts were great. And so yeah, I do have an exciting palette coming very soon. I will do a haul as soon as everything else arrives. I have a few things. I did a 2-part order, so my second part hasn't shown up even though it was almost a month ago. So I've been kind of sitting on the newer stuff, but I will share the one palette that I got in my first part of the order, which is the I Love Medium Cool Tone from Sephora. This had really good reviews. I saw someone using it in a video and was like, ooh, that's really pretty. So I went ahead and picked it up. I haven't used it on my eyes, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but this is the most recent addition to my collection. And yeah, excited to use it. I've just kind of been waiting. So yes, that is the newest. Oldest. So I have to admit, this probably needs to be thrown out because it's so old. It's 8 years old, you guys. They were talking 2012. But this is the Sigma Paris palette. I can't part with her. I've had her forever. This was one of my first major beauty purchases. One of those big, I'm gonna treat myself kind of products. I even have the cover, guys. Yeah, it was a thing. I used to love Makeup by Tiffany D and Petrolude and so many of the YouTubers that collaborated on this palette. So I had to have it. I was really excited. I still have the little eyeshadow brush. The face brush broke on me, but yeah, I've had this for 8 years now. This should probably have been discarded a long time ago. But you know what? It has sentimental value because, again, this was a first major purchase for me. So I don't see myself discarding this anytime soon. I'm just going to keep it for sentimental value at this point. So yeah. Although I did recently use it and I didn't have any eye irritation or anything like that. So I'm tempted to use it again, but at the same time I know it's so old that I shouldn't be because it's just a hazard and it's the struggle. So there you go. My most expensive, I just purchased a pretty stinking expensive palette because it was on sale during that haul. Coming soon. But currently in my collection, this would definitely be the one that I splurged on. This is a Marc Jacobs palette. I think this was the first one that he launched of this type. It's the Free Spirit Style Icon. I mean, they've had the style icons for many, many years, but I think this was the first of these multi-row ones that they released, and this was a major splurge for me. This was back in the day when I was waitressing and barely making my bills. It was around the holidays. My birthday's right after Christmas, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to something that I really, really, really want. Something nice. I'm not gonna think about the price tag, and so that was this right here. And it has beautiful shades. They're creamy. They blend well. I don't regret this. I love this, but again, another older palette. That is my most expensive. Then you have most affordable on the other end of the spectrum. Like everybody else and their mother who is filming this, I have to go with the e.l.f. quads. I have 2. I really want to get my hands on Cream and Sugar, but I don't need it because I have so many eyeshadows. But I am tempted by it. This is Rose Water, and then I have Truffles. This will show up again because, like everyone else, they're hard to beat in a couple of these categories. So that's my most affordable. Everyday. So everyday, in my mind, I went with which palette, if I could only have the one to use on an everyday basis, would it be? And for me, that is the Lorac the Lorac Pro 3. because this has warm tones, cool tones, it has shimmers, it has the mattes, it has the black, it has just everything you could need for an everyday look. You can do an everyday glam look, an everyday soft look, a smoky eye. This really does just scream everyday to me. Like, if I could only use one every single day, I would be perfectly happy with this. So that's why I had to go with that. Most colorful. Okay. This one I could also see myself using on an everyday basis because it has quite a few nudes. But this is the NYX Modern Dreamer. I mean, hello. Hello. Rainbow. Has everything. It has the reds over here, it has oranges, it has greens, blues, purple, brown. I mean, any shade you'd like is in here. I do wish it had more of a cool tone transition shade because like this one down here is pretty warm and this one's pretty deep for transition. This one's cool, but it doesn't work for everything, so I just wish there was one like more of a grayish matte in there, but otherwise, I mean, it's perfect. I love this thing. Creamy, blendable, pigmented, super, super, super happy that I purchased that one. Alright, smallest. Oh, we already went over the e.l.f. I'm not gonna spend more time on those. They're just tiny. Okay, then biggest. Alright, for that I went with one that's about the same size as the NYX. It's a little bit taller, but I feel it's incredibly bulky. Like the Paris one is thick and bulky, but it's not that huge. This one, this Kat Von D Saint and Sinner one, is just incredibly annoying. Like, you have the two flaps here. Yeah, they have a mirror on them, but who's going to use that kind of a mirror? It's like too small. And it's just, yeah, it's frustratingly big. So, had to go with that one. Physically, yeah. Alright. Let's see. Best memory. Okay, for that I have to go with a really old one, but I have used this in so many special occasions, weddings, birthdays. Like I just love this palette. This is the Naked 2 from Urban Decay. Everybody hated on this one. Everybody loved either number 1 or number 3, and honestly, I loved number 2. I love cool tones. I think this is cool, but also neutral enough. This one here, Tease, has been a favorite. Verve has been just like a holy grail for me for years. It's just a beautiful metallic. Look at that. Look at that. Obviously, I've been playing with these palettes as I went through these categories. But yes, I love this one. I have so many good memories attached to it. I've traveled with her. This went with me on my first trip to New York. Like, so many like big milestones with this palette. So, I love her. Worth the hype. Okay. I don't have that many hyped newer palettes, but I do actually have 2 because one of them was a gift and one of them I had to. So the gift surprised me because I don't really like Anastasio. Like, it's just not a brand that I vibe with very much. I have their foundation and I love that one, but otherwise, like, their brow pencils are overpriced. You can get like great drugstore dupes. So this I wasn't really like even looking at, but my boyfriend surprised me with it for Christmas or my birthday this year. I don't remember. They're like 3 days apart, so he bought this for me. This is the Carli Bybel Anastasio palette. Very hyped when it first released, and honestly I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, thanks, babe. Like, not really excited about it, but the color's actually super pretty. I was really turned off specifically by this portion here, but if I just cover that up, the other ones are quite usable. So I have actually really liked it. This Mandala, Libra, Bybel, both like these right here are totally my jam. I like this one, Bear and Moo, but yeah, even this one here, Boy, like, it's a great transition deepening shade. So yeah, other than these ones here, which I don't really love, this one really surprised me. It was definitely worth the hype. The other one, no surprise that I bought this. Y'all know I like to support my favorite YouTubers when they launch things. I had to do it. The Totti Beauty Palette. I mean, yeah. The mix of finishes. The color story is not my favorite. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys know I just said I don't really like reds and oranges. So this row here and this row here are not my favorites. But the other ones kind of make up for it. Especially this one here, Aura. I love those. I loved Soothe. I mean, I think it's just a great palette. Definitely worth the hype. I love the concept that she came up with, like the same color but in different finishes. It's just brilliant. It's just a great way to organize an eyeshadow palette, and like, I don't know why nobody else did it before. So yes, those 2 definitely worth the hype. Alright, let me see what else we got here. Sorry guys, I have the questions on my iPad. I'm looking at Jessica's video where she has them listed. Not worth the hype. Okay, this one's probably not even available anymore, but it was so hyped up when it was out, and I did not buy her. I got it free from Sephora as a gratis, and I'm glad I got it for free. The Shade and Light from Kat Von D. It's so many boring mattes. Like, it's great because you can use this for transition shades for other palettes, and you can do like a few matte looks with it, but it's just not something I reach for all the time. And did I need this in my life? Not really. Did I spend the money? No. I'm glad I didn't, because it really was just like not my cup of tea. It's great, but at the same time it's really bland and uninspiring. Let's see. Favorite palette from a favorite brand. Okay, so I've mentioned the Naked 2, which I absolutely loved, but I don't want to like repeat too many because I already repeated the e.l.f. ones. So another favorite from another beloved brand is the Lorac Pro. This is 2 also. And I love this one. I had all of these. I had the 1, 2, 3, and then I think there was a 4, but that was like all reddish tones and I didn't pick that up. But I had the first 3 and I loved them. The first one though wasn't really my color story, so I gave it away. But this one I would never give away. I love these shades so much. I love this plum. Cool gray is one of my favorite transition shades ever. Beige is lovely. Chrome. Jade is beautiful. Like, so many of these shades are amazing. If you want something warmer, the light brown isn't too warm. I actually do really love this. I've used Nectar, which is surprising because I didn't usually like pinks or peaches, but they're growing on me clearly. But yeah, this one has been a favorite from a favorite brand for a long time. I have 2 of the Lorac Pros. I have 2 of the Mega Pros. I just really feel like Lorac has great shadows, but they've kind of fallen off the wayside, and I feel like it's their own fault because they stopped launching new ones. Like, if they had released like an all purple one or an all blue or an all green, kind of like the way ColourPop did with their like 9-pan shadows, they would have done great. But they kind of just like stopped, and it's like, what happened? Why? What? Hello? We want some more. Like, you guys are great. Keep it going. So yeah. All right. Let's see. So those are the end of the original categories, but then Jessica added 2 others, and so she added most underrated, and again, for me, that's going to be Lorac. Just in general, I really feel like they're underrated. They've kind of let go of their eyeshadow collection or the little empire that they had, but they're really great. This Mega 2 is another favorite. I've used so many of these. It has half mattes, half shimmers / glitters. I think it's a great formula, great idea. I love the color scheme in here. So yeah, Lorac is definitely just as a brand underrated, but they did it to themselves. So I had to mention that. And then the other one that she created was limited edition, no longer available. And I have to say, you guys, I have reached for this so many times over the years. It just has like the perfect combo of neutrals, everyday shadows I can use all the time. This is the Cinderella palette from MAC. I love this thing so much. You have 6 shades. You have Vapor, Floof, Omega, Quarry, Satin Taupe, and Stroke of Midnight. I mean, 3 of those are classics. Satin Taupe, Quarry, Omega. Those are 3 of their like biggest sellers, and I love them. So this palette I reach for all the time. If I'm using a different palette, it doesn't have the right transition shade, here she is. Like, I love her, and I'm really sad that it was limited edition because, I mean, it's great. Of course, I haven't used that much of it, even though I've had it for I don't know how many years now. But yeah, like, you can't really see much damage, but I have used it. I just use it very sparingly, but I love this palette so much. So that was it. Alright guys, that is everything that we have covered. That's everything? I guess so. That's all the categories. We've covered them all, including the bonuses from Jessica. I will leave all the questions down below if you want to answer as well. If you want to film this, let me know. I'll be super excited to watch it. I love tags, like I said at the beginning. So let me know if you decide to participate in this tag. I'll definitely go check it out. Or if you don't film videos and you want to answer down below, I'd love to hear your responses. Because again, I love tags that because of the idea that we're all following the same prompts, but we have such different points of view and loves and collections and options, and I just think it's a really great way to kind of discover new things about your favorite people. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this fun. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave your responses down there. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, notification bell, all that jazz. I hope you can stay safe and sane in the madness out there. I love you, and I will talk to y'all soon.